Okay, good morning or good afternoon. I'm here to give you a quick presentation about the benefits of scaffolding classroom discussions specific to English language learners or multi-language learner students, the benefits of using a learner's native language as a classroom resource, and the best practices to implement when introducing academic vocabulary and content to ELL or MLL students. So let's get right into it. Let's start with the scaffolding. Okay, so when we're scaffolding classroom discussions, it's important to provide linguistic support and facilitate active participation. The scaffolding also allows these students to gradually develop language proficiency, and it encourages peer-to-peer interaction and collaborative learning. And lastly, it builds confidence and reduces anxiety in the classroom. Moving on to using native language as a resource, this particularly taps into existing linguistic knowledge and cognitive abilities. It facilitates comprehension of new concepts and academic content. It also promotes a welcoming and inclusive and safe learning environment and supports the development of bilingual and multilingual proficiency. Lastly, if we're talking about introducing academic vocabulary and content, some of the things that we should do are to use visuals, gestures, and contextual cues to support vocabulary learning. A lot of this can also include TPR, total physical response. So something like Simon Says, or like giving an instruction and having the student follow instructions. Providing explicit instruction and multiple exposures to new vocabulary. It's also good to incorporate vocabulary into meaningful and authentic learning activities. So don't just talk about very abstract things, talk about things that students might be interested in and that they can use practically in their everyday lives. But it's also good to encourage the use of native language to build connections and understanding. This gets a bit tricky when you're translanguaging because you can go back and forth into code switching or direct translation. And when that happens, you can lose a lot of grammar aspects. So you have to be careful when you're switching back and forth between native language or L1 and L2 and hope that, you minimize L1 interference. And lastly, to differentiate instruction to address diverse language proficiency levels. So basically, talking about all three of these tasks, these are all very crucial and essential to building a successful and meaningful classroom. If you're not doing these things, especially in like an international school setting or a bilingual school setting, you're going to miss out and the students are going to miss out. So just in conclusion, tapping into each of these things in various different ways and leveraging your resources is essential to building a successful, positive, welcoming, safe learning environment.